So, oh man. So I'm sorry to bust a lot of people's bubbles in the black manosphere, but I'm the black manosphere has let these females put out false information. Well, put out pretending information of themselves, and then they created a following. These women are using men for views and a Facebook. I mean, for views and subscriptions, because now they see that they can get some fame into pretending like there's something they're not. Right? I've seen this before. I created a few websites where black women and would try to infiltrate it, where they would pretend that they're something nice. But then when I, tested them and vetted them, and one of the things that I did was they would say something in my group or on my website, but then they would never say that. They would never say nothing at all like that on their pages. So when I, comment on their page, they would show their true colors, insulting me and stuff like this. So I'm gonna show you a few snippets, and I'm gonna tell you behind what they all are, so I can show you how these women move and how you shouldn't believe that these women at all are on your side. It's all about them getting their word, them trying to pretend that they are special when they're not, and they want to feel like they want to be worshipped and liked for being the only one in this male space who talks and acts like what men think, like what they think men want, right? So here go one of on a girl's chat room, on a girl's chat site, whatever, right? This dude said, the old man, king of incels, punks, wimps, and lazy ass fools, dishwashers, and noobs. So he calls all this and put this on. He's in a female's chat, right? So that's what they think old man is. And guess what? He's a mod on a female's channel. I'm not gonna tell you who channel he on, but he's on a female's channel, right? So the backstory about the reigning woman, the fake woman who, pretends that she's nice and she act like she's for black people and all this other stuff. So I was on Reg the Bad Guy's channel, right? And I was in the chat room talking about how, black women isolate certain dudes, so certain dudes don't never win in a dating game with black women. So they should always date, they should date out and always have options if they don't make the cut with black women. And one of the things I said, certain black men don't make the cut is guys who are small down there. So she proceeds, reigning woman, I wasn't speaking to her in the chat room, and you can go on one of the sites. I gotta rememberize where it was. But so I was sitting there, in the chat room, just, talking, and then out of nowhere she proceeds to laugh at my comment. There we go. So wait, here you go right here. So she proceeds to say small dicks don't get love, small breasts don't get no love. See, she proceeds and says that small breast women don't get no love, but how so? And I try to be respectful because I never said anything to this chick, but she goes and say that she compares small breasts with small penis. How is that possibly where we see fat, overweight women getting sex? Small chest women do get love because they're all over. Like, they still have kids and they still can get sex. Women can get sex more than men. So she puts that in there and then starts to laugh. This is her who she really is right here. I'm not trying to bust your bubble, but the fact is this chick is just a pretender. I have never met any so-called nice women on YouTube yet. I see a whole bunch of people who start up channels and then they pretend that they're nice in order to get views and subscriptions so people can subscribe to them. They're fakes. So here we go to another one. If black men are leaving black women, then giving Asian women money, that's still simping. So he gets mad. One of the people on Reg the Bad Guys chat room gets mad because I said Asian women, you leave Asian. I said you might as well just stay with Asian women. Make a lot of money with Asian women since they love you for who you are. That's the whole plight. That's the whole mindset of black women. Especially fat black women and unattractive women. They go around talking about colorism and they go around talking about how about black men not accepting for who they are. But when it comes to black men, they don't want to accept black men for who they are. But these women have a whole ocean of men who will accept them for who they are. But they always try to go to people that they think are attractive and try to shame them for not liking them. So see, she laughs. She says, "See, Brandon, so the black men with small penises should not complain about black women not showing love to them. Thank you." See, look, she really thinks that women and men are equal when it comes to getting anything to sexual. When it's not, women can look any old way and still get love. It never stops a man saying a female has no ass to have sex with her. It never stops a male to have sex with a female who has a small chest. So this is bullshit, and she doesn't want to talk about it, and she laughs at it. And the result of this whole thing is, I said it too. I said, how am I joking though? I know tons of flat-chested women who get love and sex all the time. Actually, your complaints tell more about you. I'm surprised to have seen that and empathize. I mean, so she never seen men complain about women just wanting the same type of guys that are packing and neglect the rest of the guys out here. She never, and this is what I'm talking about. The biased nature of a female like Raining Woman, someone like Kendra D, someone like Olivia Alexis, someone like Nicole Michelle, all these other women who pretend like they are for black people, black men are on a black men's side. And then when you hear them talk and you see them in chat rooms, they are not the person they pretend to be. All you got to do is talk to them about a certain subject. So this is the aftermath of all of this. When I said one comment about how black women are towards certain type of black men. Oh, and wait a minute. Before I get to that comment, back to that comment. So Kendra D said, actually, women want the same thing. Just women of other cultures are made to marry the men they supposed to, regardless of attention. She married him for stability, didn't fuck the other guy. So she thinks that women in other cultures cheat on their men more. When this contradicts her whole bunch of videos that she says she for men and she call out women, right? Because women in other cultures have punishment. If they ever cheat on their man, they're done. In certain cultures, they handle these females. The community might handle her, where they might call the husband, tell the husband to wait. They'll grab the woman while she with the man, surround the woman and the man, and surround them until the husband come home, and humiliate them in the middle of the city, or in the middle of the town. In Brazil, they will cut off a female hair to cheat on a man instead of doing it the other way. They'll do other things too. In Dubai or any kind of Arab country, they do a lot worse to women who cheat. So women don't cheat in those don't cheat in those countries because they know better. Because they know its consequences. But I don't see none of her videos saying this. So I'm telling you, man, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to get out this mindset of believing these females, man, that they are milking your so-called hope for black women to think that black women are there are a few black women out here who's different. They're milking that. If you think a certain way where you say all of them are like that, if you say all of these women are like that, you would never ever get fooled by none of these women. You would see them for who they are. See, if someone says that they're different, they have to prove to you that they're different with their actions and with what they say. They must say the same thing in every single chat room they're in. They can't go around laughing on one chat room and then, just like Rainy Woman, goes on to another chat room, Obsidian, and when Obsidian saying something about what I said, she started to agree with him. And she joins his chat room. Oh yeah, I don't believe women should go around making fun of men for who they are and blah, 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 blah. And then she goes and Bresh the Bad Guy's chat room and says what she said right there, what I showed you. Psst, come on, man. They can't even keep up their own act. And then Kendra D said, please define who Pookie and Ray Ray are. What are their qualities? People already said it already. See, this is why I tell you that she's a Pookie and Ray Ray lover. And they want to have all excuses to love Pookie and Ray Ray. See, a Pookie and Ray Ray is a person, despite them having so many women and despite them having money, they still find a way to injure, rob, and even worse, kill certain black men or kill black men around them who they deemed as someone they picked out on the crowd. They're destructive. Pookies and Ray Rays are destructive. You can't have them in your house and them knowing that you have nice things, because guess what? A Pookie and Ray Ray will have you have your house robbed. A Pookie and Ray Ray will have you set up and get jumped. A Pookie and Ray Ray will cheat, will try to take your female away from you. A Pookie and Ray Ray will scam you. How many more? A Pookie and Ray Ray goes in and out of jail. A Pookie and Ray Ray makes you look bad. A Pookie and Ray Ray can get you locked up in jail for life. See, I don't get, that's why I said these are Pookie and Ray Ray sympathizers, because did you ever hear stories of good dudes who was in a car with a Pookie and Ray Ray and they made the Pookie and Ray Ray who was driving, or someone was in the back seat of the car and they were the good person, two people run into a liquor store, rob the store, and then they all get caught and the person in the back get convicted for being accessory. That's what a Pookie and Ray Ray is. And I can't believe that they keep trying to switch around and switch it. Oh, what's a Pookie and Ray Ray? These guys are good. They're protectors. If they're protectors so much, then why would all these black men are going to jail for molestation and all types of other stuff that they're doing? Why are they going to jail for all this stuff and nobody does anything to them? If they so much protectors of the community, they wouldn't be allowing none of this happen. Why is it that a white guy, beat up a black female, and as soon as he came out of jail, nothing happened to him? But these Pookie and Ray Rays protect the community? Come on, man. I call bullshit. So she comes back and says Child. She don't know my age. But she tried to call me a child and try to put me, belittle me, right? I laughed then and I'm laughing now because grown men don't go around with complaints and tests. Grown men don't go around with complaints and tests. Wait, so you don't hear men complain and you think that they're childs because they're complaining about things the way it is. The MRA complain about how men are treated, but they are child. And she says they don't put tests. Wait. So men are not supposed to test women. We supposed to just believe everything they say, right? We're not supposed to vet them. We're supposed to believe everything they say, like her. So she's sitting there just saying this where, because she said she's different than everybody and she's talk a good game. We supposed to believe her for what she is, but these screenshots and what she said in that chat contradicts everything she's present herself to be on Obsidian's panel and Obsidian's chat. I'm seeing these women more and more on everybody's platform but their own. And they try to gather supporters and act like they support every single black man. But I don't see a reigning woman in the comments on Brian Solange. I don't see her in the comments on a Kid Organic. Right? I don't see her in those comment sections. She's only in comment sections of people that she can probably use and they believe her bullshit. Because Reg the Bad Guy had her on a live stream show, her and a bunch of female panels. And I thought he was different from everybody. But it seemed like he's the same by having these fake women on here. So let me proceed. She said, child, to ask a question is answer. You're not mature enough. It's part of it's part of a conversation. There's what mature people call effective communication. So dear child, I don't empathize with you. But that screenshot I showed you, she said the exact opposite. She don't even remember what she said in the comments, in the chat room. She can't even keep up with her own rules, her own fake persona. So, at best, sadly, you're pathetic if only a small penis was your problem instead of a small brain with small thinking. So she tries to put me down and say I'm not mature enough when I'm in my 30s. But I'm a child to her. What is she? I'm telling you. And also, there's another comments, right? You neglect to mention that you came from me in some sort of disrespect. First of see, she lying right there. I never even said anything to her. I made a statement. I never said anything to this chick. I knew she was a fake from the get, but I never said anything. But I did say something about small penis black men, about them going to other races. She took it as a slight to her, personalizing what she said, and then she decided that she wanted to come at me. But you messed with the wrong one, because the fact is, I got all the screenshots of tons and tons of women who now pretend like they for black men. But guess what? I still have the screenshots of them saying stuff about black men. And guess what? I have screenshots of what she said now too. So she says that I disrespect her. I never said anything to her. So I owe you respect. I never asked her for any respect. I'm allowed to say it's called both having your own perspective. It's called having a sense of humor. Oh wow. And you don't have the concept of understanding that people have levels of sense of humor that might not connect to everybody. See, everybody's not gonna think that everything is funny to everybody. But they don't understand that concept because they're in a tunnel zone. They think that they can make jokes and laugh at everything and nobody else gonna find it offensive. So they can make fun of people, but when somebody says something to them that is offense to them, they go up in arms, right? They don't understand. They don't understand that there's levels to society and social communication. They don't understand that you have to joke. You have to look at the room and understand the people you around before you make a certain type of joke. So she tries to sit back and say the same old bullshit, saying, well, if you hate women, or you hate women in black women, or hate women in general. This is somebody like myself who was about to get married to a black and a Japanese female. But if she would have saw my page, I showed all the Asian women I thought was attractive. So she really thought, she tried to group me into a group of people. Wow. So she says this right here, right? She comes into a man's space and says something like this: some of y'all need help. Intensive therapy. It's easy to sit into a collective of men complaining and whining like a bunch of vaginas that you're complaining about. Dude, it's not healthy. Are you running from the change that you seek that's within you but requires therapy and work? Wow. You see what she said? It's the same old excuse and same old bullshit that they all say about certain men, that they need therapy. But when it comes to them, they can sit around online and come down to collective, and nobody tells them to go get no therapy or no work. I don't never see her on Cynthia G's channel or anybody other black female channel who talks and do what she think that I do and tell them to go do some therapy and work. But she wants to go and say that to me, right? See? Some needs a space to vent and share and grow. That's the difference. But why? See, this is what I'm saying. Try to have judgmental mindset telling us that she says some of y'all need help. But then she says that some people need venting. As long as she welcome, she can say what she wants, and people can believe her. This is why I say, and other men say, like a Brian Solange, Kid Organic, because Kid Organic overall ain't part of the black manosphere. Brian Solange are not a part of the black manosphere either. And so I'm not a part of that shit either. They let these women come in here and insult people who Patreons and support black men. So every time I see a female and they start insulting me on somebody's platform, I pull my Patreon. I said, fuck this. I'm not going to support these dudes who got women like this in their chat room and in their comment sections. And you have you think that I'm going to give you my money and you letting these women say whatever they want to men? And it's the same kind of shit that men been dealing with for a whole bunch of years? And then she says, and another thing, Nicole Michelle gets my support. If you want to see what I said about Nicole Michelle and what she promotes, basically they support each other. She doesn't care about men's feelings that are in marriages. She don't care about the beta bucks, alpha fucks thing. She supported Nicole Michelle nonetheless, right? I don't agree with what she's not my leader. You're a fucking moron just because you have or support your way of thinking and behaving don't mean that others can't. The nerve of you ignorant pros. See? And she using C Boogie's, the nerve of you. And she calls me ignorant. But this is from a female who has a clouded mind and who came in the black manosphere instead of her staying out of the black manosphere and creating her own channel and gaining some support that way, and then having the ability to come on Obsidian platform with her own legs to stand on. But instead, she used the black manosphere to gain viewers and subscribers. This is somebody, myself, who had many forums. I had 3 websites that, mind you, black women took down and messed up. So it's funny to me that she said all this stuff without even knowing me at all. So that's all I'm trying to say right here. I'm gonna start like really putting some, when I do have the time to make the videos or whatever, I'm gonna start putting these I'm gonna start having my own little list of people that I can show black men to not believe in these females. Don't subscribe to them. Don't believe what they say. Start taking your own screenshots. Start doing your own tests on these women. And then have social interactions with them. Don't believe what they say to you, man.